So as some of you may know, I am currently in New York City. I am loving it here. We are at the Warwick Hotel. Kind of slipped my mind for a second. And we're just having the best of times, and I'm so happy because I have been vlogging this entire time and I get to take you with me. So I'm really excited to post that. But while I was here, I really did want to film a video, and this was a video that I've been working on for a long time, how to walk in high heels. I haven't filmed it yet, and this isn't a video of how to film in high heels. As you can see by the title, it is 3 tips to walking in high heels. And these are just my 3 biggest tips. So regardless of the heel size, regardless of what kind of heel it is, these are just 3 general tips that no matter what should serve you right. And I am going to make a video on where to start, how to start, what kind of heel is better to walk in, what kind of heel is easier to walk in. Maybe we'll even do heels for the occasion, like what's appropriate for certain kinds of weather, either materials or heel height or things like that. Tell me exactly what you guys want, but right now I wanted to give you 3 tips that have never failed me, that if you're a beginner, if you're experienced in heels, if they're super high stilettos, or if they're just these tiny little kitten heel wedges, can help you out. And the first one is to really strengthen up your core. You guys know that the core is kind of the powerhouse of your entire body, whether it's Pilates, whether it's ab work, whether it's running and sprinting, or anything like that, yoga, you name it. Gymnastics, ballet, straightening that core muscle is going to tighten everything else in your body. The stronger this core is, your shoulders are going to pull back a little bit more, your legs are going to be a little bit straighter, because when you walk in heels, you actually put a little bit more pressure on your legs and on your abs, and you kind of let a little bit of pressure off your pelvic area. And you know, it's kind of interesting. Stand in heels, stand alone, and kind of see that there is a difference. But tightening that core muscle will help you stand stronger and maintain your balance better. So whether you're beginner or advanced, that is something that should help. The next tip I have is to avoid socks and stockings and things like that. Even though I love them, and even though sometimes that's how I even get my foot into the shoe, it can make them a little bit more difficult to walk in. And unless you're experienced, I don't really recommend it because your foot can just slip out of that shoe much easier. And for some people, walking in heels is hard enough, and adding that stocking and that slip factor makes it even worse. So what I would recommend doing is just walk with a bare foot if you can get your foot in. Sometimes you can put like the stockinette over your toe and slip it through a peep toe. If you do have an ankle strappy shoe, this may work a little bit better with socks or stockings or things, but even then, you know, it can cause your foot to push into the toe a little bit more. And just be really uncomfortable, and the more uncomfortable you are, the less you're going to last in the heels. So avoiding those socks, avoiding those stockings will help you stay in those heels better, and really have a better grip on the shoe. The very third tip is to know where the pressure points of your foot are and to cushion them. Does your shoe slip at the heel? If so, add a little heel pad. Does your shoe cut into the toe where there's a peep toe or something? Then make sure you cushion it. When you put your toes into a shoe, do like the pinky toes like curl up and get caught where the other ones are straight? If that happens, put a sock over your foot in a peep toe, put it in the peep toe, and then pull the sock out so that way your toes will kind of be aligned. And then avoid blisters. Apply Vaseline, you know, wear a Band-Aid or arch support. Get a Dr. Scholl's up in there. Reason why is because if your foot is loose, you're going to slip out. The other thing is that if you have these blisters, if you have bunions like I do, or if you have a toe problem, if something's rubbing, your body is naturally going to shift the position of your foot. If you're rubbing on your ankle, your body's going to want to push forward into the toes. If your toes are hurting, the body's going to want to go back into the ankle. If you have a blister, the body's going to want to ease that pressure. And doing that will make you kind of walk funny because you're like walking on half your foot because you don't want the pressure to be on there. So avoiding those injuries in the first place is the best way to ensure that you can really walk in your shoes and you're not worrying about a painful blister or anything like that. And the more comfortable you are, the longer you'll be able to get around in them. So those are just 3 really basic tips to walking in heels. And the reason that I even decided to make this video is because today I kind of lived through it. I walked around in a 140mm stiletto, and it was kind of killing my toes, and I brought flats with me, my rolly flats, but I didn't need to use them. And I thought, you know what? a general tip video would be good since I haven't been able to get that other video out yet. So I love you guys. I really hope this helped. If you guys have other really basic tips for walking in heels, not like, you know, a wedge is easier to walk in a stiletto than a stiletto, which is generally a good rule of thumb, but instead of things like that, tips that rule for any heel, wedge, stiletto, you name it. Any situations. If you have those, please share. Be sure to check out the vlogs when they are up. I had the most amazing time, and I'm just so glad that you guys can be a part of it. So I love you guys. I really hope this helped you. I look forward to hearing your feedback, and I'll talk to you all soon. Love you guys. Bye.